First time trainees, man. 2000 Millennium New Year's Eve, yeah. So how old was I? 15, something like that. All of us, all the mates that I was with that night, we all did them that night. First time, we was all 15, 16, all in the same year. Nearly could have been just a dead New Year's. Most New Year's is a crap, ain't they? I've always never rated that many New Year's, yeah, because it's usually like, the clubs are too busy, everything's too expensive. Yeah, you got to queue up for an extra hour just to get an overly priced drink. I mean, yeah, I'd rather just go to a house party or something. This was an house party, yeah. One of my mates had a free house, yeah. The old free houses, they were good back in the day, wouldn't they, have free house? Yeah, he had a free house. I think his sister was there, but his older sister, if she weren't in the front room with us. It was nearly dead. We had a bit of weed, but no girls about. It's just front room full of boys smoking weed. Maybe having a couple of beers, maybe. Yeah, I don't know how we actually ended up going to do E's. I don't know how it come about that we was good, because it definitely weren't set that we was doing E's in the day or whatever. We wasn't talking about doing them. Got to that night, maybe there was a phone call and someone else we knew had done them or had them, and it was like, I wanted two and everyone else got one. I didn't think I would. Yeah, I did get two. So we walked from Romford. We was at the Waterloo estate in Romford, yeah, in my mate's house, in his flat, his mum's house, in his mum's flat. And then we ended up going to Rush Green. It's a short walk, man. Come out of the Waterloo, there's an alleyway, little alley, takes you basically to Rush Green. My mate was there. Well, I say my mate. He was more the other kids' mates than mine, but we all knew each other. Yeah, that was it. That was it. A couple of my mates had booked them up, and I hadn't booked them up. A couple of them had already booked them, so they was going to get theirs. They got one. They'd never done them before. Got one each. They were Euros, yeah, mate. Yeah. Anyway, we got there, and I'm talking, and I'm saying like, well, I want to get two as well. He went, yeah, but we ain't got them yet. You're gonna have to come back. All right, sweet. One of the pals that I was with, give me half of what he had, and I've had half, yeah. So we've never done them before. Everyone else is like, all the boys that are in this party that we weren't allowed to go into and all that. And said, oh, do them on an empty belly, all this crap, yeah. So we're walking around Rush Green, and I did the half. My mate did half. He's broke it in half. We've never done them before. I've done half. He's done half. Everyone else has done their one. Evening time, mate. That feeling you get when you start coming up there. Well, do you know what? I don't even remember coming up on the half. I remember because it wasn't that long until the other boy come out with a two. For me, yeah. I hadn't. Again, like a couple of my mates had already booked him. I hadn't. So anyway, he's come out with a two. I've got the two. I've given my mate his half back, and I've took 1.5, haven't I, there? Just say it was like roughly half hour. We'd done the half, then I'd got been given two, give my mate his half back, I've got 1.5, so it'd probably been within a half hour. I can't even remember feeling the effects of the half before I'd got the others, yeah. Didn't know what I was doing, did I? I'd put 1.5 in my mouth, gone. Gobbledy gobbedy, nom 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 nom. We've gone back to my pal's house on the Waterloo estate in Romford, yeah. All I remember, well, I say all I remember coming up, right? Never come up before, never had that experience before, yeah. I'm sitting on my mate's phone, yeah. brand new at the time, these phones was, mate. Had Snake on it. This new game called Snake. Anyone ever heard of Snake before? Doo 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 doo. One of the best games ever on the phone, man. Probably a face-off as well, 3210 or something. Big old thing. Doo doo. My legs going. But I remember looking at that. And it's just like the hardest thing ever because everything was going zzz. So I'm like looking, I'm trying to play. This shows how good the party was up until this point, innit? I'm trying to play Snake, yeah? So I'm like, couldn't do it. And I've like sort of looked up and like, mate. And when I'm talking like rushing feeling, like in love with everyone. Not that gurning and you don't know what day it is and all that, yeah. All that. I'm talking rushing me tits off, like squeezing my hands, walking up, squeeze my hands, mate, like squeeze my hands. Like, I literally was doing that all night long, just getting people to squeeze my hands together, like crush them. Everyone else is coming up at the same time, innit? We're rushing as well. We're rushing, like none of us are going in and don't know what day it is, and half asleep and eyes rolling. I'm talking, fucking love you, man, and all that, yeah, right. Obviously we've got to get out of this bloody shit house now, innit? The party was a non-party anyway. We're all up, we're all rushing our faces off. We just hit the streets all night long. All night long. That's the first time we'd all ever done it. We was all good mates back in the day as well, 15, 16. We'll be mates together. We'll be mates forever. You know how it is when you're easy, when you're off your nut on knees. We'll be mates forever. Squeeze my hand, like kicking walls because the effect of a kicking a wall was really nice on my foot. I remember it was raining as well, yeah. Pissing down. And I had my coat off. And I was just cuddling it to my chest all night. All night walking about. We walked to Rush Green, we walked back to Romford, we walked to Gideon Park, we walked back to Romford, we walked to Rush Green, we walked to Dagenham. Like, we was just walking everywhere. And just saying Happy New Year to him. Happy New Year, mate. Happy New Year, mate. Happy New Year, mate. I've never been like that on an E before or since. Well, before that was my first time. But since, I've never, ever, ever been rushing my tits off and having that pure I love you with everyone. Like, I've rushed like that. I've rushed like that and been in love with everyone and all that. But that first time, mate, I know, like getting everyone to squeeze your hand. We're all doing it. All of us. We all look like idiots, mate. Squeeze me hand. Squeeze me hand. Walking about in the pissing rain, with my coat, like in my t-shirt, my coat on, just walking about. And all night long, I kept asking my mate to borrow his phone again so I could play Snake. 'Cause it was just making me rush, mate. Making me rush. God, like dying on the easiest level constantly. Like, I didn't turn in time. Thinking they're all going to be friends forever. Planning on being on these lasting friendships. I don't talk to none of them now. I'd probably stopped talking to all of them when I was about 19. First time doing these, mate. We was all trying to get them the next day as well. Trying our hardest, we couldn't do it. Couldn't work out why we felt so rough as well. Like, because even though we've been walking around for about 20 miles, like just constantly, just up and down Romford and Gideon Park and Rush Green all night. Yeah, first time doing these, man. It's a special moment, and it is. Listen, don't do drugs. I don't want to make this into a pro drug video, yeah, but those first time you do these when you're in love, like you're in love with everyone, and everyone's on the same level as well. So everyone's on these, everyone's in love with you. Everything's great. You see a line in the wall. That's great. Your phone's great. What your mates, his jacket's great. You know what I mean? What your mates just said's great. Till you can't remember what he just said. You know, what's he just talking about? I don't know. Yeah, and it's never the same again after that, is it? You're always chasing that first time. That's the only reason you still do them. Like, you carry on doing them for ages after that. I was doing them to try and get to that first thing again. Them Euros was sick, mate. Sick. I don't even think I ever did Euros again after that either. Maybe I did a couple. But they were banging, mate. Yeah. First time doing these. euros, not in a club, not in a pub, not in a rave. I was about 15, standing about in the rain. Banging night. Banging. Anyway, if you enjoyed that, hit subscribe and we'll chat tomorrow. Adios.